everybody, it's Bubs. So today I just feel like sitting down, catching up with you guys. Check out Damo! Damo got a haircut. Show everybody a haircut. Hey, what's up? What's up guys? I'm gonna make a video just talking about all the details about our wedding. I promised this a while back, and now that I have all the footage of the wedding, I can really share everything with you guys. Especially if there's any bride-to-bes out there, if you want any inspiration, or just even if you just want to know a little bit more about our wedding. So I have my laptop here and I made a list, like the date, the bridesmaid gifts, invitations, theme and everything, just a bit more clear. So let's start out with the date. The day of our wedding was 11th of August 2013, and the date that we wanted to choose originally was the 1st of August because would have been our 10-year anniversary. As you could probably guess, we couldn't get a date because it was already booked. So we went for 11th of August, which makes it our 10-year and 10 days together. So that makes it kind of special. Now venue, especially because we know that my parents were gonna throw a massive wedding with I think it was 300 guests or something. But yeah, we just wanted to keep it, really close friends and family. So at 85 guests, we really didn't want a venue that would be too spacious. We picked the Galgorm Resort and Spa, and it was really everything we wanted. I wanted somewhere that's kind of modern, a lot of lights, very romantic. As for our ceremony, we absolutely love this room. It's just so romantic and whimsical, and we hung pink and ivory tissue balls, and there was candles everywhere. It was just so romantic. And then from the chairs we hung little flower balls, and there was petals sprinkled down the aisle. I have to say that I really loved our invitations because I thought it was so unique. And this is what our invitation looked like, and it's basically, see it as a wedding passport, as it says, and it says the date of our wedding on it, and it's got birds, which is actually the theme of our wedding, but we'll get there later. So as you can see, it's a beautiful minty tealy color, and it's gold. When you open the wedding passport, it's almost like the page of your passport. So you have a picture of us, and then it tells you the groom's name, the bride's name, the date of the marriage, the place, and I thought that's so unique, so it's almost kind of like a passport to our wedding. And then at the back it says, and they lived happily ever after. Bridesmaid dresses. It was a toss between coral and mint, and I really struggled. We wanted more of a lively, fresh color, and we decided on coral because coral photographs a lot better than mint. And the mint, as beautiful as it is, it might make the girls look a bit washed out. So we went for coral, and the girls had a very flowy dress. It was long and flowy, and it had a floral detail underneath the bust. We felt like the color of the dresses, of the bridesmaid dress, really helped to put the whole wedding together because it made everything so bright and colorful. And for the groomsmen, their ties were matched with the bridesmaid dresses, so I thought that looked really pretty. The hairstyle that I picked for the wedding it's pretty much just having my hair in a side do, and then the back would be all twisted and on whirls. And the girls that did my hair were from Eclipse, and they're just so awesome, and I really did love my hair for the wedding. Bridesmaid gifts. So I wanted to choose something that would be sentimental and something that they could use on a date. So I got the very cliche robes for all of us girls to wear when we're all getting ready, and I wanted to get a piece of jewelry that they could wear on the day of the wedding, and also to wear, outside of the wedding every day. So then my friend Chrissy from Cookie Boutique, she offered to design the jewelry pieces for my bridesmaids, and we worked together, and I was really happy with the result. So I didn't want something that they can only wear in summer. I want something that can wear all year round. So the design I really had in my head was a branch with leaves on it. And then Chrissy even suggested that maybe we can have a little gold plate of their initials on it. So I was really happy with the result. I thought the little bracelets looked so delicate and so pretty. Tim left his groomsmen gifts last minute, but in the end, the guys really loved their groomsmen gifts. He got them little pocket watches, and I know it does seem cliche, but I feel like the pocket watch really helped to complete their outfit, and it made them really good. And he also got them a little flask, I think, with the date of the wedding on it or something. I don't know. I need to ask him to be sure. Almost forgot about these cufflinks which had our initials and a day of our wedding. Okay, so I had in mind the type of flowers that I want because I saw a picture that I really liked on Pinterest. And when I took it to the florist, I was disappointed because they told me that, you know, peonies wasn't in season. I wanted flowers to be a huge focal point of the wedding, so I was a bit bummed out, but the girls were very supportive and they said, oh, we'll try our best to make something that's, you know, similar to what you had in mind. And, you know, I wanted the pinks, I wanted the creams, but I also wanted the yellow because yellow is just such a happy color. We didn't want all the tables to be flowers. We wanted half of the tables with candelabras and half of them with flowers. So it just gives it a bit more of a combination instead of everything the same, and it works out cheaper as well. Thinking back, the flowers was pretty expensive for one day, but I was really happy. I thought, you know, the flowers made the room look so beautiful. I really love the choice of our party favors. Because our wedding is bird themed, we had these adorable bird salt shakers, and like it kind of sucks because we didn't have a chance to bring one home, but they were so cute and they were packaged really adorable as well. For the menus, very fortunately, my little sister is a graphic designer, so she was able to do the graphic-y stuff for me. Each menu was personalized, so it had their names on it, and for the male guests, it had a mustache on it, and for the female guests, it was a little lip. So we thought it was really cool. I wanted to keep the table plan looking very handmade, nothing too fancy. So what I did was I searched for a blackboard. And I didn't just want the blackboard, I wanted a frame that looked very vintage. One day my best friend told me to go to B&M and I hit jackpot and I found a mirror. It was jackpot because it had that vintage design. It was already white, so I did not need to spray it. So all I did was I went home and I sprayed the mirror part with a chalkboard spray, so it turned into a blackboard. So, and then I spent the entire day just working on the table plan on the board, and I really liked the table plan. I thought it looked really cute and I was really proud of it. We decided to do a balloon release. On the tags it said "Fly Away with Us," so we thought that was very cute, and it was nice to get everybody together and to release the balloons at the same time, so that was you know, quite a happy moment for all of us. Balloon release was definitely worth it. I think I made really awesome photos, and the color that I chose for the balloon release was white, baby pink, and a berry pink, and I think the combination looked really pretty. We had a photo booth after reception just so the guests can, you know, get silly, have some fun. It was cool because we were given an album and then we would have all the copies of the pictures that our guests took, and they would even like write little cute messages and sign it as well. Our cake was from Heavenly Cakes and Favours, and Aline did such an amazing job because the cake was so moist and delicious. I wanted something that was like kind of elegant and tasteful, and I wanted a mixture between cake and also cupcakes so people could, you know, have a variety. And yeah, the cake was just very elegant, you know, just little swirls. And for the cupcakes, some of them even had pearls and laces on it, so it made it look very elegant and pretty. I must have been distressed before the wedding, but I had this massive, like, giant spot like right there, and I thought after a week it would go away, but it did not. Don't get too bogged down by things like this, you know, sometimes things happen. I did not have time to have facials. Everything I planned to do, I did not have time to do. VOWS. It's kind of funny because I spent like at least 2 months before the wedding, like writing my VOWS. Tim wrote his the night before the wedding, and his VOWS made everybody cry. The most emotional part of the day. Honestly, I was emotional throughout the whole day. There were many parts. One part that was very emotional for me was in the tea ceremony. Giving the tea to my granny. She just cried, and it just made me so like sad, because to them it's almost like losing your grandchild, you know, in Chinese tradition. You know, when you marry, you know, the girl leaves the family, and that was very like emotional for me because my granny brought me up and everything, and just knowing that I wasn't going to live in that house anymore just made me feel kind of sad. I still remember the moment where my granny looked at him and said, "Look after my Lindy. She's my pride and joy," and just
Whew. And then of course when my granny crying, my mom started crying, and that makes me cry even more. At the beginning we weren't gonna do a first dance at all because Tim's not the dancing type, and I already had so much like wedding planning to do. But you know, our friends were like, no, you have to do it. So we were like, okay. So we just kind of waddled, you know, the awkward waddle. And one thing that was really cool was our bridesmaids and groomsmen actually prepared a surprise for us, and it was a surprise dance. When the music changed, we're like, oh, let's start dancing, and then we realized they actually had a whole routine prepared. That was such a cool surprise, watching our girls and boys like just dance, like having so much fun, and everybody loved it. So how I would describe my dress, it had a lot of ruffles, and it's roughly in an artistic sort of way. It was a sweetheart neckline, and then along the bustier part there was flowers. And at the beginning they put too many flowers, like all across, like completely filled up, and it made me like at least 2 sizes bigger. But you know, I took my dress apart and I pretty much like put the flowers back on to where I wanted to be. Tim's sister actually prepared this one for us, and it's a crossword puzzle. So after the guests sign their names on the guest book, they can do this crossword puzzle which has their name on it, which makes it kind of cool. My advice for the wedding, for you ladies, you may try to do everything by yourself, but that's just impossible, guys. You just have to allocate your tasks. Get your family and friends to join in, and I'm sure they would be happy to join in. I'm sure they'd be happy to play a part in your wedding. You know, being engaged was such a wonderful time, and you really do feel special. So just try not to get too stressed about it. Try not to get too caught up with all the details, and no matter if you like it or not, the wedding will not go perfectly. You know, something will always go wrong, but it's okay, because those are just all the tiny things. And you know, when I think back to our wedding, it was just such an awesome wedding. And it wasn't because of the decoration or the food. It was because, you know, we just had a good group of friends coming in. There was a lot of love and atmosphere, and that was what made the day so awesome for us. It was funny when we threw the bouquet, because when I threw it, it was almost as if it landed in my best friend's hand. The guys actually accused us of rigging the bouquet throw, and they made me throw it again. But as you can probably guess, my best friend caught it again. I think it's probably because the girls knew that Annie wanted it, and Annie was properly in a stance, you know, she's like ready to grab the bouquet. I hope I covered a lot of the details from the wedding, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I shall talk to you guys really soon. Bye everybody!